Barrios.
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Again, I will tell for all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Touch them up.
In the mid-30s, you have a welterweight, hands are fast, feet are no longer fast. Keith Thurman was always able to move around the...
All right, here we go from MGM Grand Garden Arena. Sold out, over 14,000 on hand. Manny,
Two-weight champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.
He's a warrior, you know, and but if he had to.
Was you surprised? Did you think it was going to end in a knockout? Were you surprised that it went the distance?
You know, Mario, he held his ground, and you know, he started coming on at the end. It was a great fight, but you know,
where Pacquiao hurt him with a body shot. I think those 2 rounds are the ones that could have made the fight in favor of Pacquiao. But it was a very close fight. It was a very close fight. So you know, it was just one of those fights where everybody was happy, and at least me, Pacquiao surprised me, proved me wrong. I thought.
Years younger, what did you think about it?
It's unbelievable. It's incredible, you know. And before the fight, after the weigh-in, I asked Manny, you know, why are you doing this? Why do you still do this?
Yeah.
Why do you choose a young, hungry, dangerous?
Keith is amazing. He did well. He adjusted well. But Manny was stronger, and again, establishing early on.
What did you think? How did Manny look? He looked like he was the 20-year-old in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was everybody saying like, oh, he's old. Nope. He looked really young today.
Yeah. What do you want to see him do next?
Fight the best out there. You know, you got.
He says he's still searching for more legacy. You've accomplished everything. I mean, you know, you've been champion multiple times, multiple divisions. You know, he says, I want to just keep showing everybody that I'm that great.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he showed. You know, he showed that he is that great. You know, he didn't just win. He fought a great fight. You know, Thurman also.
warrior, you know, and but if he had to.
Was you surprised? Did you think it was going to end in a knockout? Were you surprised that it went the distance?
You know, Mario, he held his ground, and you know, he started coming on at the end. It was a great fight, but you know, Thurman got the job done.
But there's other champs out there. Yeah. Should he retire, man? Like, how far away is that retirement? Just can you gauge it as a fighter?
No, man. It's you go fight, bro, fight, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the way he's fighting, he still looks good. I'm sure. Hopefully, he's healthy, still feels good, and he got a lot more fighting, man.
So he should keep it going until it's. Sean, I know you're working. Just shout what you think.
Great fight, man.
Yeah.
Was younger, bigger, stronger, bigger puncher. I thought he'd be able to bag up Pacquiao when he did in spots. I thought he'd be able to move and use it and catch Pacquiao coming in, which he didn't. He pulled straight back. He made the mistake over and over again. You know what I mean? I thought he was a lot smarter than that, and he wasn't. So, I mean, you know, we can pick and choose. I was wrong for picking
Hey David, what you think of the fight, brother?
Great fight, what I tell you, man? It was a great fight.
You pick Pacquiao.
I don't know about a split decision though, man. That was crazy. I thought it was a lot.
Good fight though. Yeah, look at David, man. Hey, David.
Hi, guys.
Event right there.
Wow, man, that was a good fight. Let me tell you this. I was a little bit spectacle, you know, to see Barrios, you know.
The 147s?
It's hard to say, you know. I would say 40, but yeah, I think the 47 there, like, Barrios is young, you know, but I think.
About what you saw tonight, I did not see a split decision, and like I said earlier, I'm not talking bad about anybody, but realistically, it wasn't a split. I had a unanimous.
Do you agree? Unanimous for Pacquiao?
Yeah, it was a unanimous. I didn't see the split decision at all.
What's up, man? It's been a while. I know, dude.
Dude, give us your thoughts, man. What do you think of Pacquiao?
My initial reaction was, you know, and it was during the fight. I was like, you know, Pacquiao, I thought early on was winning, but not looking very, you know, sharp, or, you know, I kind of, in my story, called him kind of looked like he looked ragged. I think you can make the argument he won closely, but, you know, obviously the judges.
Pacquiao just came in with something Barrios couldn't prepare for. 70-plus fights worth of knowledge, sharp instincts, and a mind built for championship-level adjustments. Amir Khan, who sparred over 300 rounds with Pacquiao and also traded leather with Barrios in the past, had warned ahead of time that this was a dangerous fight for Manny. He respected Pacquiao's legacy, but questioned the timing of such a comeback. Khan had even said Pacquiao should only return against someone else retired, someone like himself, not a full-speed active champion like Barrios. But that's not the kind of man Pacquiao is, and that's not the fight he wanted. Khan's concerns weren't isolated. Eddie Hearn flat out said Pacquiao would never beat Barrios in a million years, and insisted he shouldn't even be in the ring for a title fight at this stage. Robert Garcia backed Barrios too, saying the age difference was simply too wide, and comparing a Pacquiao return to himself, a 49-year-old lacing up gloves again. Even Oscar de la Hoya, a man who was stopped by Pacquiao in 2008 and knows firsthand the power Manny brings, expressed hesitation. His main worry wasn't Pacquiao's skill, it was the speed. "You're 46 years old," de la Hoya reminded, "and that's the first thing to go." And yet, as round after round unfolded, it became impossible to deny the truth. Pacquiao still had something left. The reflexes weren't what they were in his prime, but they were enough to catch Barrios clean more than once. The legs didn't bounce like they did a decade ago, but they moved just enough to escape danger and reset the attack. And the timing, that precious ability to land just before the other man sees it coming, remained intact. Timothy Bradley, who had previously picked Barrios due to size and activity, was forced to acknowledge that Pacquiao's instincts and explosiveness were sharper than expected. Barrios fought a disciplined fight early, using his jab and length to try to control distance, but Pacquiao made him think. Every time Barrios got too comfortable, Manny would dart in with a flurry or pivot just enough to reset the tempo. Sugar Ray Leonard had emphasized that mental strength is what truly defines a comeback, and he was spot on. Pacquiao's ring IQ kept him in every exchange, even when the physical edge tilted away from him. Sean Porter and Errol Spence Jr., both of whom understood Barrios' style and physical tools, had leaned toward Barrios before the fight, but they too had hedged with respect for Manny's unpredictability. Spence had said it would come down to whether Pacquiao's legs still had life. They did, just enough. And Porter, who praised Barrios' discipline and approach, didn't fully count on Pacquiao's ability to change rhythm mid-fight. He did it several times, making Barrios hesitate just enough to steal moments. Terence Crawford, perhaps the most tactically sound mind in boxing today, had offered the most balanced prediction. He noted that if Pacquiao could force Barrios out of his rhythm, it would be a different kind of fight. That prediction played out perfectly. Barrios, despite his youth and size, was never able to fully control the pace. Pacquiao kept him guessing with angles, bursts, and feints that disrupted the young champion's rhythm all night. Even Juan Manuel Marquez, Pacquiao's longtime rival and a master tactician, had said if Manny retained his timing, he'd give Barrios problems, and that's exactly what happened. Barrios couldn't just walk Manny down or impose his will. He had to respect every move, every angle, every flinch. Young star Devin Haney had picked Barrios with confidence, saying Pacquiao was no longer a threat at the elite level. But by the final bell, it was clear Haney, like many others, had underestimated what decades of experience, grit, and mental discipline can do, even against a fighter in his physical prime. Pacquiao didn't dominate every second. He didn't look like the whirlwind who beat De La Hoya, Cotto, and Margarito. But he showed what greatness looks like when it ages with dignity and fights on its own terms. Barrios fought well, held his own, and even hurt Manny in spots. But he didn't run him over. He couldn't. Because greatness, even at 46, doesn't walk into the ring to be a stepping stone. What did you think? Share your take below and subscribe for more updates.